Hi and welcome to Makeup Mugwump. My name is Leanne. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, it's early here. It's the morning. Today we're going to get ready because I have a couple of products that I ordered from Essence. And I actually ordered from Essence because I placed an order with Catrice. So I was watching Emily Noel, and she was talking about a specific concealer, the One Drop Catrice concealer. And I couldn't find it on Ulta, so I went on Catrice's website, and saw that their shipping prices were incredibly reasonable, like very reasonable. And I thought, well, I'll pick up a few items from Catrice that I haven't seen in store. I love that brand. I love a few items from them a lot. So I picked up that One Drop concealer from Catrice, and then I thought to myself, I said, isn't Essence a sister brand of Catrice? Maybe they have reasonable shipping too. And they did. So I actually went on, and I'll show you very quickly what I bought, and then we're going to put all these things on my face. So I bought a foundation, the Soft Touch Mousse Makeup. I got it in 04 Matte Ivory. Y'all, this is orange. We're going to have a good day today. This is not going to match. We're going to put it on anyway, and we'll try it out. It was very inexpensive. I also bought a concealer. I bought their Camouflage Matte Concealer in Light Rose. I bought an eyeliner. These things were so inexpensive. This is their eyeliner pen in Mint Rebel. How fun. So inexpensive. I did buy one of their Matte Touch blushes. I have a lot of Essence blushes, and this one is in Berry Me Up. It has little stars in it. So cute. So I'm excited to try that. And then I got a luminous bronzer powder, the Sun Club one. This is the one with the design in it. Couldn't find this on Ulta. And this is Sun Kissed in California. It is golden. It is shimmery. And I'm going to try it today. I'm so excited. I also bought an eyeshadow palette. I've seen this in store, but I never bought it. This was Fairy Wings and Magical Things by Essence. And it has, it's a little magnetic cardboard, and it pops open, and it's beautiful little pastels. They are all shimmers except for one. This pink right here is matte. Everything else is shimmery or kind of glittery, and I'm okay with that. I can do an all shimmer look and be quite happy with it. And so I think we're going to use this palette today as well. We're just going to get ready with all these things and use them all. And I'll fill in with my Project Pan stuff with things that I don't have. I've already primed my face and my eyes, and so let's try. Let's try. It's moussey, and it is very orange. So I pulled a brush. Typically, y'all know I use a wet sponge. I have a damp sponge on hand, but I pulled the e.l.f. blending brush, this little bad boy, this little chunky monkey, because I thought potentially this could help buff this in. So when I got a little bit on my finger and put it on the back of my hand and rubbed really hard, it didn't look orange. But then when I got a little bit more, the back of my hand looks like an Oompa Loompa. So, let's try. I'm home today. I'm on a Teams call, 8 hours today with work, and they can get over. I'll just, ooh, look, so much sun exposure here. I have a friend here, one up here, a couple down here, and y'all, let me tell you, while I apply, I'm so scared. Here we go. Last night I was in here in my makeup room. I usually come in here after I've washed all my makeup off in my face, and I do my evening skincare routine, watching a little bit of YouTube and such. It's not too bad. It's not great, but it's not too bad. That one's not gonna cover with a little bit of Oompa Loompa. Anyway, I was in here and I was looking into a mirror pretty close to my face at some of these spots on my face and such. Noticed just at a glance, just notice a hag hair. You know, one of them witch hairs that come up on your neck, on your chin. And it's 2.5 inches long. And stark black. I'm a pale person. And those, they make me angry. And here's what, not that they exist. Hairs are natural. It's not that. I get angry at myself and I get angry at my husband. And I get angry because I think, this didn't come overnight. This didn't happen overnight. Where was he looking while that thing was 1 inch long and 1.5 inch long and 2 inch long? Where was he? Whose neck was he looking at? Because it wasn't mine. Whose neck? And then I get mad at myself. Whose neck was I looking at? Because it wasn't mine. Big old hag hair. You get it, you pull it out, you look at it, and you're like, how long you been there? Growing like that. Usually I find, y'all kid you not, usually I find those bad boys in the car right before I'm about to walk in somewhere. And I ain't got no tweezers. You would think I would learn. I ain't got no tweezers. I'm sitting there with my fingers trying to get it out. I would like to welcome to my video the sound of the garbage guy, the recycling guy. Love them so much, they take all the trash away from my house. Not my hag here, though. They don't take that trash out. I do it myself. Okay, I have put on the orangiest makeup in the world. And we're going to look at her up close. Let's see here. Come on, Gigi. Okay, I will say a couple of things. It ain't that bad. I mean, it's orange, but she ain't that bad. When I get a foundation that is so off, I mean, this is really off, beyond off. Do I try it? Usually yes, unless, you know, I can go back immediately and get the right shade. But will I try it? Mm-hmm. And I can mix it with things if I want to. Mousse would be difficult to mix with something. That's fair. Because how am I going to, the texture is going to be the thing. All right, let's do just a little bit on my finger. And let's see if we can get that bad boy just a little bit less noticeable by tapping. I think we did. Put one up there. This one's kind of on the edge of my chinny chin chin, so it's not too bad, but that's okay. Y'all, I don't think that's too bad. I mean, you know, if you were this far away from me, you wouldn't be like, ooh, she's orange. I mean, you might, but don't. It's rude. Okay, I'm okay with that. Let's try the concealer. Let's try, am I in love? No, but for like however $3, $4 it was, sure, I'll play with that. That's fine. All right. Here's the Camouflage Matte Concealer in Light Rose. It says on the cap, waterproof tattoo coverage. That seems intense. Let's see if it can handle just Mama's regular old Friday morning under eyes. It is Friday. I'm so grateful for it. I don't know how fast this dries, so we're going to do one at a time because I don't want to be caught. You know how you are. Let's see. How are we going to blend this out? Sponge? Sponge. Do you have my eyes primed already? Well, she's bright. She's bright. And, you know, you never know how textures are going to play together. You do a liquid concealer over a moussey Oompa Loompa foundation. I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm just calling it that because the color's off for me. I mean, who has an orange undertone? Is that a thing that somebody is ivory with an orange? They need an orange tinge. I just don't, have never made a study of skin tone and undertone to know that if that's a thing. Somebody tell me. I mean, is orange a thing? Like, you know, there's some BB creams that have some gray undertone. And I own one And I love it. Like, who would think that would, it does though. So is orange a thing that people just, they are looking for? They go to the store and they think, ooh, I need to pick me up some orange foundation because I need some orange in my life because I need it to do what? What does it do? Why do we need orange? And we must, like, do not get me wrong, this is not an essence thing. This is like a global, universal, like, there are orange foundations in a lot of different lines and brands. So it must be a thing, right? Or is there like just a conspiracy? Don't conspiracy me, don't do it. Y'all, these people with the conspiracies, I can't. Well, that brightened. You can tell a marked difference. Now, did it like cover the actual darkness? No, but hardly anything does. That would require several steps of color correcting and all that jazz, and I just cannot be bothered. This morning, it's Friday. We got the big bun, so I cannot be bothered today about that. So we'll see how it wears. We'll see. Let's set it. So I've done a few repressings on items in my project pan. Words have escaped. So one of the things that I have repressed is my Bye Bye Pores translucent little sample that I was using to set under my eyes because I couldn't get to it. So let's tap out. I have several creases under my eyes that it doesn't matter what we do, you and I mean, no matter what you and I do here, they're going to crease because that is the shape of my face. That is the anatomy of my face. And so it is what it is. But as long as it doesn't look like dry, crepey, crazy Sahara under there, I'm happy with that. Okay, I would show you my Bye Bye Pores, but it's super flaky now that I've repressed it because I think I used too much alcohol. But it's okay. I'm not a chemist. I'm just a lady trying to make her powder work. The other thing I repressed is my Wet n Wild Warm Light Photo Focus whatever powder. And I don't know that I want to use this today. I'm already orange enough. So I think I'm going to set her down over there. Let's use the Kimchi Puff Puff Pass that we just got. Let's use her. It's the loose powder from Kimchi that is translucent or no color. She calls it no color. Let's use her because then maybe we can get a little bit of setting but without any color because we don't need to add any more color. I didn't use my cream contour. Man, I'm a mess today. But doing really good with that too. That is in my project pan and I'm getting close on that. I have used up one product entirely and I am super stoked. Getting close on a couple more. And we started August 15th. So this is the Fall for You with the Fantastic Ladies. This is my first project pan with them and, well, on YouTube. And so I'm super excited to use up a lot of these products. And so I've got one down. I've replaced it and that one's almost gone. So we're doing great. And it's only been a couple of weeks. So that's fabulous. Okay, Kimchi, you came through in the clutch. Thank you so much because I didn't add any color, just some mattification and a little bit of just setting so that I can blend powders on top of my Oompa Loompa Mousse Foundation. It's not Oompa Loompa, but let's make it more Oompa Loompa. Let's make it more Oompa Loompa because I love bronzer. We're going to do this like normal. I'm going to use my No Name bronzer brush. It is more of a contour kind of angled moment. I don't care. I don't actually contour because this face is not made for contouring. But I do use bronzer. Sometimes I use contouring products to bronze. This is very, very warm. Very warm indeed. It's okay. It's going to be fine. We're going to blend. We're gonna blend. And it's pretty. It's doing what I want it to do, which is give some color back to my very pale face on the perimeter. I usually do bronzer on the top half of my face, and that's it. If I'm feeling froggy, I can do a little bit of the, you know, the neck, jowl, cheek, chin, And that's fine. But you know what? This is the medium luminizing bronzy powder in Sunkissed in California. And it's a huge pan, and it's very pretty. It's really pretty. We're going to blend it out, so don't have a moment. It's fine. Let's use that matte touch blush in Bury Me Up. You know, a lot of folks will say, it's really inexpensive. I paid $3 for this thing. Of course it's inexpensive packaging. But I'm okay with inexpensive packaging that is functional still. And I'm okay with inexpensive packaging that houses a product that behaves and acts that produces results that are equal to high end. This is. I'm a firm believer that blush is blush is blush. A $1 blush can do the same thing that a $50 blush can. However it makes you feel. This is matte, and it is beautiful. This is Bury Me Up. I love it so much. That's really, really pretty. Okay, let's do a little blend. And then we're going to find a highlighter around here to do a little bit of highlighting. Because Mama's got a lot of matte on her face. I am not mad at that. Y'all, I'm not. I know you think I look crazy, and I do. I usually do without brows and eyeshadow. I'm not mad at that at all. Look how pretty. Let's do a little highlighting. Let's use, no. I have an Essence highlighter over here. Yes. I've got the Pure Nude Space Lighter, the one in Be My Space Light. It's got a pink shifty shift to it. Let's do it. Let's do it. See that? Can you see it? I'll tell you another story. Many years ago, I was working in an office setting somewhere, and a young lady who worked with us, her fiance came in to see her. Another young lady that worked with us, her husband came in, and her husband had her giant chocolate Labrador retriever named Ginger, who was lovely. I can't remember their names. I can. But I can't remember. I mean, I can remember the dog. So, anyway, Ginger comes in to see us. The first young lady's fiance was very, very from the country. And he was delighted with Ginger, as were we all. Ginger was a big girl, had a big bahonkus. That's the tail end of a dog in my world. And she was running around, and he looked at her while she was running around, and he said, "Do you see it? Do you see it?" And we were all looking for what the dog was supposed to see. Do you see it? We were looking around like, what's the dog supposed to see? Do you see it? I'm like, the dog ain't going to answer you, honey. She ain't going to answer you. He said, put your bottom on the ground. And the dog sat down. He goes, good, see it. I said, oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Do you see it? You're welcome. It's a Friday morning here at my household, so we're in a different kind of mindset. Okay, I've got spray. I sprayed. Okay, so let me tell you about this. It is so. I mean, it is. There's hardly. I should probably just be done with it. This is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer Mist. I picked it up because it was almost gone. I'm trying to use up my setting sprays that are almost gone. Because I have a shelf. Like, who needs, not me. And part of the problem is I had little pieces that I wouldn't finish up. And so that needed to change. So I finished up my Sweet Peach from Morphe that I love so much. And I was like, okay, I'll take care of all the pieces. So this I was using for, a few days. And I'm like, man, it's so like tacky at the end. Turns out it's a primer, but you know what? It actually works on setting my makeup. It is a primer. And so you would think I'd be like, oh, let me use it as a primer. No, I don't. I actually still use it as a setting mist. And on the back, it says you can use it, but they all say that, don't they? Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'll just keep using it. And then just kind of re-mattify right here on my face, just right there, because I don't like that to be super shiny, but I'm okay with the rest being shiny. So I use that Puff Puff Pass powder one more time to just set that, and I use my little Tati thingy, which I love, by the way. I mean, that, I know she got a lot of flack for whatever, but I love it. Is it done? Can I get, I think it's done. R.I.P. There's an empty for you. Awesome. What are we using next? I don't know. I think I have another one that's got a piece of it up here. We'll finish off with that. Okay, let's do eyes. No, let's do brows. All right, so we have the world's longest lasting brow pencil from 45 years ago in a BoxyCharm. It is a mystery what brand it is. It will always remain a mystery, but y'all, we are so close to being done with this. I have used it for years, off and on. She's been a workhorse. This color is nice and a little bit cool, which I appreciate. My hair is that color, so it is a brown. I would say medium brown, but it's a little bit ashier at the roots. It's not naturally purple, but that's my real hair. Okay, so we will do, I mean, I'm telling you, this thing lasts forever. If I knew what brand it was, I'd be like, look, buy this, it lasts forever, but I have no idea. Also, took the stopper out of my Milani brow gel, and now I'm using an angled brush to get the galoopy galoppy that's on here, because I'm going to use this bad boy up. I paid 13 cents for it at the Kmart closing, and so by golly, I'm getting my money's worth. Y'all think I'm insane. You're probably right. Do I have other brow gels? Yes. Why don't I just throw this one away and pick up a new one? I don't know. It's a sickness, I think. It's a sickness. I'll probably be featured on Hoarders. They'll do a cosmetic episode, and there I'll be, and y'all join me. Y'all watch Hoarders? Do you know what I do after I watch Hoarders? I declutter and like donate so much stuff. I'm like, I do not need all this stuff, because I see those folks, and I'm like, but for the grace of God go I. So I always get that's like donation time for me. When we see Hoarders, we go donating in this house. Can't handle it. Okay, so I just take off. You know, once I took this, so the wand on this was not bringing out any product at all, like hardly anything. And it's a good little wand. It's not bad. But I was like, okay, I'll take the stopper out. Now it's just huge glops, and so I just take a little tiny angle brush and apply it, and it works just fine. So it will probably be months until I use that up, and that's okay. All right, that's my face done. Let us do. Probably would do it. Hold on, let me do a quick finishing powder. Neutral today. Neutral today. Laura Geller Universal Filter Finish Setting Powder. Just do a little bit of a blend. I usually do this after setting spray, but you can do it before. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just a little finish, and it's got a sheen to it, which I appreciate. I have a warm, a cool, and a neutral. So today was a neutral. Okay. Let's try this eyeshadow palette. So, I haven't swatched it. Let's swatch it real quick. I'll swatch it for you, and then we'll get into it. This is not new by any means. It is not new. So, I mean, it's just pastels, and they are pretty. But if you're looking for a lot of pigment, this is probably not the place for you. So there's a few. It's just pastels. And so I like that. It's probably the wrong time of year, which is why this was on sale. There's a hair. So that's okay with me. I think I'm gonna try to use the mint eyeliner. I don't know why I chose this top, but here we are. So let's do, if I want mint near my lash line, I think I want maybe one of these super light. That's a pretty color. Let's do that. Let's do, and I'm okay doing, by the way, I'm okay doing a shimmer in the crease. I'm okay with my whole eye being shimmer. Some people are not like that. I don't mind. So I've got a fluffy brush, and I'm taking the darker mint. It's a little bit more blue mint into my crease and blending it out. We're going to have a pastel candy eye today, and I'm okay with that. Did y'all see that new ColourPop Candyland or whatever collection? I did not pick up anything from it, but it's very tempting. I like pastels. I like a unicorn kind of eye, mermaid fantasy kind of thing. I like that type of look for myself. And in the world of I stay home all the time, I wear a lot more color than during the week than I would have if I was, actually going into the office. But I'd wear, neon green eyeshadow there too. So let's do the darkest shade, which is a blue. We're going to do that on the outer third of the eye. That might have been a mistake, but that's okay. I'm getting some fallout. I will clean that up with a Q-tip afterwards and a fluffy brush too. I don't know if this mint liner is strong enough to show over a darker shade. We will find out. We are about to find out. All right, let's blend those two together. It's pretty. It's pretty. What's going on the lid, kids? Let's do unicorn tears. Because why not? It's a very, very light. I'm guessing it's more of a blue. But it's the closest thing to like a super light minty shade. Okay, so I take some on my finger, and then I'm going to take a real flat little brush to get right into my inner corner. Mama's got a hood, so I need a little bit of help. Let's do this one here. And there's a super glittery one. Let's top it with that once we've got this shimmered down. Well, they're all shimmers, but you know what I'm saying. It's pretty. It's real light. It's a little bit of a blue, not much blue, but there's a hint of blue, which makes it tie in with what we got going on. And then and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This shade here is a glittery something or other. So let's take, that's got some more opacity to it than what I was figuring. I'm just going to tap that on the inner part and bring it up. That's pretty. It's a glittery. These are nice, y'all. This is a cute little pastel light palette. I mean, it doesn't, the shades are coming off like I would anticipate looking at what they look like in the pans. Let's clean up a little bit with a Q-tip, and I don't see a lot of fallout underneath. It just got, and it may have been my blending, I got a little ham here with the blending underneath and a little bit out. Now, there are times that I bring my eyeshadow out. Today is not one of those days that I want to do that. So just kind of little Q-tip, little cotton bud, pick that pigment up. So this is the brush that I use to set my under eyes. So I'll just make sure we're all okay. That's very pretty. Let's do an inner corner. They've got a shade called Ice Castle, which is a very, very light blue. Let's put that in there. There's a look, y'all. But this is the kind of look that you're going to get from this palette. Now there are pinks and purples, so there's, you know, there's a very pink and purple half to this as well. You've got a yellow and you've got kind of an orangey shade, but you're either going to, so I did these blues and these blues. It's either going to be a, you know, a pastel this or a pastel that. So that's what you're going to get. Let me do a little bit more blending in the seam here where these two go together. All right, now let's try this bad boy. Doesn't seem to be like a shaker kind of eyeliner. So let's see if she goes on with any opacity at all. Hello? Y'all, nothing is coming out on my eye. It is barely coming out on my skin. Can you please? Nothing. Well, I think it was like $1.50 on sale. I now know why it was on sale. This thing, A, doesn't work. Overshadow. And so I'm going to chuck it. Like there's no point in that. Let's do I have another, let's see. I got a couple of ColourPop. Let's do this one. I got one of those ColourPop cream gel liner packs that had like a lot of these in them. These work really well. And I split it with my sister. My sister, the one that we had to get ready with me. She took all the neutral shades because she's that girl and left me with all the colored shades, which is 100% okay with me. This is a Carolina blue is what it is. And it comes out exactly that color on the lid. And that's fun. That's so cute. It's so pretty. So I love that. Didn't plan on using that today, but happy to. These are the ColourPop cream gel liners. I love it. This is the shade Prance. And again, I got one of those big old, they went on sale, you know, where you get like 10 or 12 or however many it was, and split it with my sister, which is a great way to get something like that. But you know you're only going to use a piece of them. Find someone who will use the other piece, and then you got yourself a deal. All right, let's do mascara. I'm not going to do any lashes today. It's Friday. I cannot be bothered. I did lashes a couple times this week. And that's typical for me. I'll do lashes more on the weekend than I will during the week. And sometimes I will lose the lashes by about lunchtime, depending on how bad they are. The wonky Yzma lashes that I had this week didn't last very long at all. I tried. And that was the second lash I put on, so it wasn't like I made a decision like, yep, these are the lashes for me. The first one went on beautifully and looked great, and then Yzma snuck up on me. Okay, let's use our mystery mascara, which is no longer a mystery. This was revealed this week. This is my Boxy Mystery Mascara that came in the mail just randomly, and I wasn't expecting it. I didn't order it, didn't pay for it. BoxyCharm sent out this mascara for folks to try, and it seems like there was quite a number of us that got it. If you didn't, that's okay. But I was one of the lucky ones that got it, and it was going to be launching at Sephora on the 25th of August, but they didn't tell us. There's no marking on the packaging. It's just an empty mascara tube for us to try. And I did, and I made a video on it, and I did not guess who it was. It's Kosas. It's that new clean brand that everybody's got the bronzer from, you know? This is their fluffy whatever mascara. I think it's selling for $25 $5 or something. It's a little gloopy, but I'll take it. I think it'll be even better as it dries out because I'm usually that person. I usually love it when it dries out. All right, let's do a quick lip. Let's do our Jordana Easy Liner in Rock and Rose. This is a perfect neutral lip liner for me. If I don't line my lips, it looks wonky because I have freckles on my lip line. And let's use an older product for me. This is the Leap Lip and Cheek Pencil from Nude Sticks. It's in the shade Whisper. And you can use it on your cheeks. I never do. This is a beautiful lip color. And I like the format of a pencil. It's a jumbo pencil. This is the reason why I needed to buy that Essence pencil sharpener that had the bigger, you know, the jumbo end. This was the thing I wanted to sharpen. It's nude. It's pretty. I mean, it's not too warm, not too cool. It's just a neutral beige, which I like on my lip line. I'm looking and it feels like I'm done. Does it seem I'm done? Let's do a little gloss. Let's do our little My Melody Wet n Wild Oh My gloss. Let's do some of that. That's pretty. There you go. There you go. A little bit of a shimmer glimmer. That's not much pigment in that bad boy. Do we like it? I don't know if it goes with the top I'm wearing, but I really don't care. I think it's really pretty. I like it. It's a mint. Don't buy the mint liner. Don't do it. I don't know whose face that's going to show up on, but it ain't this pale, girl. It just didn't come out over any eyeshadow. So that's a waste of $1.50 or $99 or whatever it is that I paid for it. But everything else I like very much. I really like the blush. I knew that I would. I have several of these from years back, and this was just a shade I didn't have, and they've repackaged, they've recalled it different things, but I've got several of these, and they are wonderful. They are fabulous. Even the packaging's held up over the years. I don't mind it. I like it. I like my bronzer. It's really, really orangey, but I'm okay with it because so is my face. So is my face. It's okay. I should have maybe not gone with the cool tone look. I should have done a warmer, like the little pink look so that it went with my face, but I'm okay with that. Concealer, we'll see how it does over the next few days. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. All in all, I'm super pleased. I'm just happy to have spent time with you today putting my makeup on. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. It will allow you to see all of my videos as they come up. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a great day. Bye!